Well, let me just say this before we get into the highlight. A couple of things here. Number one, the season is nearing its end. I thought it was going to end tonight. This was going to be my farewell speech because this is my last. I thought this was going to be my last game until next year. But let me just say this. It's been a pleasure. I know I just started my partnership with the NBA in like August. I was doing highlights for the most part of this season, but I just got the partnership with the NBA, meaning I can monetize my highlights with them. I just got that in August. So that's when I was able to go full throttle because I'm making money off of it now. But I wanted to say it's been a pleasure with you guys rocking out with me. I know we don't have the biggest following in the world right now, but I have a big YouTube channel already. I know what it takes to get there again with this platform. Trust me, your boy. I know this platform is not the biggest, but y'all give me a year or so to cook up with the partnership. When I'm able to make money doing this and I can give it more of my time, which will be next year. Next year, I'm doing every game, every night. I just want to put that out there in case I forget it, and Game 6 is the last game of the season. I hope it is. But just know next year, when I come in, it's going to be full throttle. Every game of the season I'm doing. Every game, every night, whenever the season starts, looking like January, February, even the preseason, I'm doing. So I just want to thank y'all for rocking out with me. After the season is done, I'm going to take a couple weeks away from this platform, figure some things out, come with some new strategies and all that great stuff to get this thing off the ground. So thank y'all so much for the love. Game 5 was a hell of a game, and I got to give Miami credit. I know I got a couple of Miami Heat fans that follow me over the last few days to kind of troll me because they know I'm a diehard Laker fan at heart. I got to give Miami credit. That was an incredible performance from Jimmy Butler. That was an incredible performance from Duncan Robinson. Miami played great tonight. Not mad at the Lakers for losing Game 5. The one that I can't get out of my mind is Game 3. That's the one that I feel like the Lakers, if they would have played harder and took it more serious, they could have really got Miami up out of here in 4. But this was a great game. If you did not watch this one live, please watch it back. You can watch the highlight with your boy real quick, but this was a great game. It was the first great game of the NBA Finals this year. Incredible game. I literally forgot they were playing that in a bubble. Literally forgot. That's how great this. Yo, they were in a bubble playing that basketball game, y'all. Like, no fans. They were in a bubble. That game was great. Let's get into the highlight. Lakers, Heat, Game 5. If the Lakers win, they win a championship. It's the 17th for that franchise. If the Miami Heat are able to pull off the win, we do this all again on Sunday. Let's get into the highlight. I really thought, man, I had bought me like, I had a little bit of alcohol at my disposal. I was ready to celebrate tonight. I didn't go to the bar tonight. I might go to the bar Game 6, but then I got to deal with the football crowds too. I don't know. We'll see. Man, this was a good game. And a good game throughout too from both teams. Jimmy Butler, we're going to talk more about Jimmy Butler in a second. As Danny Green makes that tough shot, we're going to talk Danny Green, obviously, throughout this highlight. He's going to be the storyline here. KCP on back-to-back possessions in that first quarter attacked the rim. He has been so good. Let's talk about KCP real quick. Here's the second one of those possessions. AD's going to clean it up, excuse me. Yo, I don't think I've ever seen an in-season turnaround as LeBron goes up top to Anthony Davis for the Tomahawk Jam. I don't think I've ever seen an in-season turnaround by a role player like KCP this year. Bro, KCP was the laughing stock of the Lakers. Remember the ankle bracelet year? Remember when KCP was he could play in home games? It's like 2 years ago. He could play in home games, but when the Lakers went on the road, he had to go to jail. Like, bro, KCP had been the laughing stock of the Lakers. The running joke was KCP was only a Laker because he signed to LeBron's man, Rich Paul. And LeBron kept getting him contracts. That was the running joke. He has been spectacular, not since the bubble, but for everybody that watches the game, especially my Laker fans out there, he's been great since around December. He turned it around. He started out bad this year. He was missing dunks. Then around December, he really went full throttle. I don't know who got through to him because he was about, this probably was going to be his last contract in the league. He was that bad, right? But he's been so good. And give the credit to that Rob Pelinka and that Lakers organization for continuing to believe in him because I was done with KCP. It's 25-22. Miami's up 2. LeBron to Caruso. LeBron's right there. LeBron was great. So for all the people who say I'm too hard on LeBron as we get into the second quarter, so to me, LeBron has been really good in this series. Anthony Davis has been really good and great on defense in this series. But I felt like they both had kind of been great in spots, right? LeBron was great in Game 5. He was all-time level for the most part of Game 5. This is one of LeBron's greatest final games of his career. This is probably like the 4th greatest game of LeBron's finals career. It's up there for sure. Like 4th to 5th. This was top 5 for sure. He was incredible. This was like Miami LeBron in this one. AD to LeBron, who knocked down a few threes. What was LeBron from the three-point line in this one? He was really good. 6 of 9 from the three-point line. That is, LeBron has improved on that three-point shot a lot, but he's never been that good from 3. 66%. And the first half, LeBron was keeping the Lakers in the game. His shooting, you know, he was playing good ball. Jimmy Butler in attack mode. That was a kind of a different looking jumper, but he made it over Anthony Davis, who got hurt in the first half as well. He ended up returning to the game, as you see. He's re-injured that right heel. I think Andre Iguodala stepped on his heel or something like that. But he was limping throughout the game. So if you watch him limping in his highlight, it's because Davis is banged up. I did just watch the post-game presser of Anthony Davis. He said he'll be fine for Game 6. All right, that's what he said. A lot of ice, I'm assuming, in the next 48 hours. Game 6, again, is Sunday. But, again, Jimmy Butler, let's keep in mind, he's being picked up on defense by Anthony Davis, right? And then he's guarding LeBron for the most part on the other end. So give this man double the credit. Like, even LeBron didn't want to smoke with Kevin Durant in the finals a couple years ago. And then, you know what I mean? LeBron struggled with that. Remember? As Butler makes the 3, he take the lead going into the locker room. But remember, though, LeBron really struggled with guarding KD on one end and then having to be the Lakers everything on the other end. Jimmy is filling a role similar to that. And he's been damn good finding Duncan Robinson, who was good in this one as well. How about Duncan Robinson in this one? 26 points, 7 of 13 from the three-point line. His best game of the series, not even close. Taliaferro, 12 points. Crowder, 11 points. Miami really shot the 3 well. Kendrick Nunn had 14 off the bench, most of it in the first half. Look at this. 2 Lakers fall down. So at this point in the third, LeBron was pissed pretty much every play at the Lakers defense, and I was kind of wondering what was going on. He was pissed like every play. For like 5 possessions in a row, he's yelling at Frank Vogel, yelling at the Lakers on the court. He was yelling at Dwight, at AD. His body language was really bad in the third quarter. Lakers down 6, Taliaferro. I can't believe he got that to go. I thought Dwight was going to throw that off the glass. But look at LeBron, other end. You can be pissed when you play as great as LeBron was in this one. Drilling a 3, keeping the Lakers within striking distance. Lakers making a little run here. Rondo inside the AD. Right now, when this is going on, I'm screaming. I'm thinking, okay, Lakers making that run. LeBron to Kuzma, no. But look at the hustle from LeBron. This was the first game of this series when I felt like LeBron, and I know Anthony Davis had a nice stat line in this one, 28 and 12. This was the first game in the series where I felt like LeBron outplayed Anthony Davis. And he is clearly taking the finals MVP lead. But I feel like the Lakers are better when AD is their best player, right? As Jay Crowder drilled that 4-point play. Now Duncan Robinson doing the same 4-point play. Lakers fouled those shooters multiple times in this one. 86-82. Look at Miami. They've been so good at getting those little buckets that close out the thirds. Bam Adebayo with the finish. He was not good in this one. Missed a lot of bunnies around the rim, but got that one to go. Adebayo, 13 points, 4 rebounds. That is not acceptable if Miami's going to win this series. He has to give you more than 4 rebounds. He has to give you more than 4 rebounds. As LeBron drills the 3, another one. Eric Spoelstra pretty much went with only 7 guys in this one. Jimmy Butler's block. Look at LeBron. He had a couple turnovers in the fourth, too. Not one here. To Danny Green, who makes the 3. So that's going to be interesting, right? We're going to talk about that more in a second. As Kendrick Nunn answers with a 3 of his own. Lakers are down 6. Miami playing great ball. Other end we go. Caruso looking, finding LeBron for the jam. He was just everywhere on the court. He did a little bit of everything for the Lakers, man. KCP, this is a big shot. This gave the Lakers the lead, and I'm thinking, oh yes, we about to close this one out. That's what I'm thinking. Look at the hustle. Danny Green forcing the turnover to KCP, who's taking over. That boy deserves at least one Finals MVP vote. I'm playing, but he been really good for the Lakers since like December. Answer on the other end, Duncan Robinson. Give me that. Miami goes back up a deuce. This is a great game. We're tied at 101. Robinson, no. Butler getting to that spot. 103-101. Miami's up a deuce. Do the Lakers have an answer? You know who they going to? LeBron goes and one. Lakers go up 2, and LeBron was great at the free throw line down the stretch in this one. He makes the free throw. Miami's up 1. As a fan, I hate when it's a 1-point game either way. Like, let's either be tied or let's be up 2. I hate 1-point games. Butler puts the Heat back up 1. LeBron going right at Butler, gets his own miss, strong man game. Lakers back up a point. This thing was so back and forth in the fourth. Butler down the lane, he's going to get fouled. He was great at the free throw line down the stretch for his squad. Jimmy Butler in this one, 35 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. Again, might I mind you, he was guarding LeBron on one end and being guarded by Anthony Davis on the other. He was incredible. LeBron and KCP, no. AD's right there for the miss. Lakers go back up 1. Oh my gosh, under 20 seconds to go. Miami looking to take the lead. That is not vertical, Laker fans. I love y'all. AD fouled him. That is a foul from Anthony Davis. Again, I told y'all Butler was money from the free throw line. He's shooting over 90% in the finals from the free throw line. He obviously makes both of those. Miami's up a point. Lakers get a chance to take the lead. This is the play that everybody's talking about. We're going to be talking about it here in a second. LeBron draws 2 to 3 defenders. Passes Danny Green and he misses. And Markieff Morris trying to get it inside to Anthony Davis. Turns it over. Terrible turnover from Markieff. And a terrible shot from Danny Green. Taliaferro gets fouled. Makes both free throws. Now we're just looking at a miracle play. LeBron's going to miss from half court. Let me look at Taliaferro's stats. Actually, I want to look at Danny Green's stats. 8 points, 3 of 8 from the field. He's been worse in the playoffs than what he was in this one. I thought Danny Green was actually pretty good defensively. LeBron goes for 40, 13, and 7. It doesn't matter because his team lost. If Miami is able to duplicate their performance in Game 5 in Game 6, then this thing could potentially go 7 games on Tuesday. But they got to win Game 5. And I do believe the Lakers close this one out at 6. Let me just say this. When the Lakers made the switch to the black Mamba jerseys for Game 5, I think they made that decision Wednesday-ish. I thought to myself that was a bad move. I think I even tweeted that. I wouldn't have did that. I would have went all black jerseys for Game 6, right? That way, if you win Game 5, no harm, no foul. The Lakers have not lost in the all black Mamba jerseys all postseason. They lost in this one. I thought it was a bad move. I'm thinking to myself, do it for Game 6, right? Announce that you're going to move it to Game 6. That way, if you lose Game 5, the likelihood of Miami winning 2 games and duplicating that performance that they did in Game 5, I doubt it. I don't believe they're going to be able to play that well in Game 6, although some of those shooters starting to get confidence. I don't believe they'll be able to duplicate that performance. Now, do I believe LeBron will go for 40 in Game 6 again? Nah, probably not. But Anthony Davis will be a lot more assertive, I believe, in Game 6. We're at Game 6, but they did it Game 5. I thought that was a mistake. Now, let's get into the crux of the actual game itself. So many places I could go. I'll just say this. Let's talk about the last possession for the Lakers there. LeBron goes into the teeth of that defense. He had been so great all night from the perimeter and then even driving as well. LeBron's going to say he made the right play. As a matter of fact, I just watched his post-game presser before I got on camera with you guys. And LeBron said, we trusted in Danny Green. It was a great shot with a shooter at the top of the key. And he missed. And that's fair, right? Now, I think I'm a pretty unbiased person, even though we're talking about my team. When that works out in LeBron's favor, like when Kyle Korver makes a shot or Ray Allen makes a shot or Anthony Davis even or Dwayne Wade, when the guy makes the shot, especially when it's a shooter like a Ray Allen or a Kyle Korver, those are all-time level three-point shooters. And Danny Green, he can make it at an all-time level. He was all-time in one finals. He owns the record for most finals made threes. I know he owned it with San Antonio against LeBron in Miami, ironically, a few years ago. Like, if Danny Green makes that shot, I'm going to be the guy that says LeBron wanted to make the right play, right? But I'm also the guy that will say, okay, Bron, you got to take some criticism when you make that play and Kyle Korver misses and Ray Allen misses. And now, in this instance, Danny Green misses. If that is Anthony Davis missing that shot, you live with that. That's a star. Some people think he's the finals MVP. Okay, Anthony Davis is going to step up and make that shot. Or he needs to step up and make that shot. Blaming it on Danny Green, to me it's like, yeah, I mean, you can blame Danny Green, but 10 years from now, we're not going to be talking about Danny Green the shooter, right? We're not going to be talking about Danny Green blowing it in the NBA Finals. Like, we're not, even J.R. Smith, who blew it against the Warriors a couple years back in Game 1, it's like, maybe a couple people hold on to that, but we're going to say LeBron lost the finals against the Warriors back-to-back years. That's what the narrative will be. And when we're talking about Danny Green, yes, he can make that shot. Was it the right play? LeBron had 2-3 guys at him. He drove it and kicked it out. To me, I didn't like it. And I didn't like it for a multitude of reasons. To me, Danny Green's confidence wasn't where it needed to be. One of my closest friends was bringing it to my attention that if you looked at him on the sideline, Danny Green looked like mesmerized, or he didn't look like he wanted to take that shot in the timeout before that play. I would have liked to see that shot go to KCP. KCP is the guy who's been stroking it with the confidence. I don't know why you don't run that same play with LeBron and KCP. They go Danny Green. I don't want Danny Green taking that shot. He's been too bad in the finals for me to live with that. I preferably want LeBron and AD in some action. But if you're going to go LeBron and a shooter, I'd rather it be KCP as of right now. Or even a Caruso maybe. Because Caruso could at least put the ball on the deck if he doesn't feel comfortable taking a shot. There was enough time for that. Danny Green, he was off balance and he took that shot and missed that shot. I didn't like the look. LeBron's going to live with that every time. But LeBron's got to realize, okay, it's not going to be about Danny Green losing championships. If he would have blow a 3-1 lead, which would be horrible, it's going to be about LeBron James. It's not going to be about Danny Green. The pass from Markieff Morris, I have an example that I want to give you guys with that, right? It's interesting. In the Western Conference Finals, Markieff Morris said something that I'm going to bring up right here. He said he believes Anthony Davis is the best player in the world. He said that. Well, Rajon Rondo has also been quoted many times saying he believes Anthony Davis is the MVP of the league and the best player in the world. So I was thinking, right? Markieff Morris didn't have a good game. He did not. And I was trying to put things together here. Markieff Morris thinks Anthony Davis is the best player in the world. So what do we do when we have split-second decisions, right? A lot of times we panic. Some people are great with split-second decisions. Others are not. Depends on the scenario for me. When I'm in a car, I'm great with split-second decisions, right? If I'm out in traffic with a kid and something happens, I'm not the best. Looks like Markieff Morris is not the greatest in late-second scenarios. He ain't been in a lot of those scenarios. Obviously, the magnitude of this, he ain't been in a scenario like this. I mean, the Lakers they make a bucket, they win a championship. He panicked and threw a terrible pass inside to Anthony Davis on that last possession. I'm going to connect the dots here. LeBron is wide open on that play. Wide open. He opts to go crazy pass inside to Anthony Davis. You got to believe to a degree that the reason why Markieff made that play is because he panicked, because of the scenario, just wanted to get some type of shot up. But because in his mind, his go-to guy is Anthony Davis. That's a little food for thought. I'm not going to take anything away from Miami. Jimmy Butler was incredible. For all my Laker fans out there, I'm not mad at the Lakers for losing Game 5. I thought Miami played a complete basketball game in spite of Bam Adebayo's woes. This ain't the game you should be mad about. If you're mad, Lakers, I mean, they're going to be mad at Danny Green. They're going to kill him tonight and tomorrow until he revenges that or the Lakers win a championship, whatever comes first. But to me, the guy you want to be mad at is that Lakers coaching staff. The guys you want to be mad at is that Lakers coaching staff and their effort in game 3. I'm telling y'all, that's the one you look at. They slid away with that lackadaisical effort in quarters in game 1. Remember, they got down early in game 1, and they came back like in the same quarter. They got down like 20 in game 1 and came back in like 5 minutes and then ended up blowing the Heat out. So for me, they had lackadaisical efforts in game 1 and game 2 at times. They could turn it on, turn it off, turn it back on. Game 3, I felt like if they would have just played with that passion, they would have won that game easily. They did not do that. And to me, that's the reason why the Lakers find themselves even in a series right now. You win game 3, and you probably win game 4 in a sweep. Game 3 is the one. Miami did not play this well in game 3, but they still won it. I will say this to my dying days, which I hope is a long time from now. The Heat should not have won game 3. I know Jimmy Butler was great. Should not have won game 3. They played a complete basketball in game 5. I'm fine with a game 5 loss. Heat were incredible. My thing is, if the Heat are now turning the page on, if they're playing, because they played better the last 3 games of this series, right? My thing is, if the Heat are here, you got these shooters got confidence. Duncan Robinson and Taliaferro seem to be finding a little bit of a groove. You know, Jay Crowder's going to bring that energy. Andre Iguodala's going to bring that defensive intensity and his IQ. My thing is, can I expect LeBron to go 6 of 9 from the three-point line again? He was all-time level high from 3. He doesn't do that often. Some of the best shooting you'll see from LeBron in a playoff series, period, in his whole career. I think there's a better chance we see what we saw from Miami tonight again in game 6 versus a LeBron 40-point performance, nearly a triple-double, 6 of 9 from the three-point line. I know he can give me a triple-double, but can he be that efficient, 66% from the three-point line? I don't believe that. Now, for all my Laker fans who I probably drove crazy tonight, my only saving grace is I believe AD will be better. Because I think LeBron has wrapped up the Finals MVP with that performance, which I think means he'll be more willing to let AD be the catalyst in game 6, which is when I believe the Lakers are at their best. You get him going on offense, he really wants to stay out on the court and play defense, right? Like, he really wants to be out there to score more buckets, but he'll really gauge it and he'll go berserk with the blocks and the effort on defense. I think Anthony Davis will be more involved in game 6 earlier. Hopefully he doesn't get banged up again. And I think the Lakers will close this one out in 6. But let me know what your thoughts are with this incredible game 5. One of my favorite highlights that I've had the pleasure of doing thus far with the NBA. What y'all think about it? Let me know in the comment box below. Congratulations to Miami, keeping this series alive. It's a great game. But Laker Nation, we got to do this in 6. I don't want to do 7 with them. All right?